I don't know why I act like 30 seconds is enough time for me to do
Yeah, I'm like,
anything.
okay, okay.
So I'm just gonna roll with it because that wasn't what I planned at all. My plan was to make that look so seamless, and we were just gonna hop on it. And yeah, me and technology don't get along, as we've been seeing in the past few videos I've
Well, you,
done. Well, actually, not, my last one wasn't even a video because that's how bad with technology we were having an issue with last night. So didn't happen. Anyhow, this is the Asylum Radio Network on the Scry with Amanda and Novella. We're going to let some people try to hop up in here before we get too far gone. I don't want to have to repeat myself.
yeah, we women hate to repeat themselves. Just take note of that. Oh, JC's already here. Hi, JC. Hopefully,
I wonder, there was someone, but wasn't true. He's probably wondering what the hell we were doing. Just sitting there. Oh, he's called. I was picking on his picture. He just posted of Diego, a side by side of him and Ivan Moody.
I know. I was like, first it's Fred Durst. He can't win.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I comment on there said, don't make me get out all my old side by sides because I've made like a folder of side by sides of him with all kinds of people. He said, would you just stop? Because I make them all the
Let
time.
him live his life.
He looks like so many people. Like, look at this time. Look at this time. He said, stop. I don't look like that. Like you do though. And
Well,
so
it depends on what he's wearing. If he's got the hat, if he's got no hat, if he's got like a bandana, whatever. He said, stop it. Oh, he loves it.
he loves it. I think he would be more disappointed if we weren't harassing him. I don't see the comment.
Oh, you got
there he is. Stop it. No. I mean, now it makes me want to make more. Like now I'm more invested to go.
that's interesting to me. So like you guys will have to like you guys should comment pictures of who like Novella and I look like. Give us some celebrities that we look like. I'm interested to see what people think.
I had a friend. Well, and it's funny because like he's actually the cousin to Claudio, so he looks like Claudio already. But I used to make fun of him when we were younger that he looked like Taylor. What's his name from the Twilight movies? I can't remember his name.
Hey, that's not bad.
Oh, he absolutely hated that. He's like, I do not. And he's like, quit saying that. I said, well, if you want to find a comedian or a celebrity that I look like, maybe I'll be mad about that. But no one could ever think of my doppelganger. Like, I don't know that I have one.
I hate to say this because people are gonna like roll with it now, but like everybody used to tell me that I look like Meghan Trainor, and I just didn't.
No. Yes. I think with like this like maybe the straight brown hair, depending on what she's doing. I guess.
Too. Oh, Diego said I'm the so no bandana anymore. But you know what I mean? Like different looks depending on what you're wearing, you know.
Just straight bandana alone? No. He usually with me, I've only ever seen him with it in like a hat on top of it. But I've seen pictures of him with like the white bandana. Oh no.
The old
y'all beginning. Oh no. Is there a way to do all right? Hopefully I don't get lost. Hang on. Am I still rolling or no?
You're frozen. I could hear you, but
okay, that's fine.
Okay. It caught you at the time, I guess.
No.
Maybe we did lose you. And if she's gone, I'm talking to myself right now, but
I was just trying to figure out my computer. Is it back? Is it doing the thing?
Yeah, now you're back. You're back.
I don't know. I'm bad with the technology. You would think I'd be better at it. It's not going to happen. Anyhow.
I'm good with the technology as long as like it's for some reason my Wi-Fi, any sign of storms, like it starts to get a little sketchy, and we've had those in our.
Yeah, literally this week we've had sunshine like and heat, and the next day tornadoes, and the next day rain. Which when I was leaving, it kind of looked like snow, but it could have just been like really thick rain. It kind of looked white, and then it's kind of gloomy today, but not too bad. But hopefully, when it does start storming, it won't kick us off here because we're trying to talk to you people.
Well, they were supposed to be storms, so yeah. If it kicks us off, I promise it's not our fault. We live pretty close to each other, and the weather is. It looks.
Yeah. Anyhow, I was trying to see about this if Kilo was going to join us, but I guess it's just going to be us ladies, so that's fine.
pop in. But so how did last night go? Your interviews?
All right, yeah, so we might as well get into it. So it went really well for what it was because I got out there, I went to Nashville to the 404 Bar and Grill, and I was gonna do my first ever like interview for just me. We did the group interview with Shania, which was awesome, but I've never done these by myself before or anything like that. So I took all my equipment, packed up, got there early. I was gonna find me a place to get everything set up for everyone, and no, it wasn't happening. It was packed, which is awesome. Like that's really great to see
Yeah.
that finally these venues are packing out and coming out and seeing live music.
Say, like random, yeah.
Yeah. Because prior to the band that interviewed came on, there was another band playing, and they're really good too. They're just kind of like some jazzy folk music, and then before on the other side, they had an EDM party going on, and there were people over there like doing different EDMs and things like that. It was really really fun, but yeah, there was nowhere at all to set up to do this. It's like I should have came here or like planned ahead of time, but
Okay.
I had never been there before, and I didn't realize it was an all day thing. I thought they were just doing like a show that evening, so nowhere to set up, get out there, and it is so freaking loud all around it. So we ended up going in a parking lot across the road. I was like, is someone parked out here that we can, that we're by a car we're familiar with? And there was. So we were just in a parking lot in the middle of the night with my tripod set up, and there was no lighting because my ring light couldn't work without plug into. So we just set up my iPod, flip it on. I put on a permanent background, and we start doing the interview, just standing there in a parking lot in downtown Nashville.
Those are the interviews that turn out the best. Like you're improvising and everything. You know what I mean? So at least it still worked out.
Yeah, we ended up having a lot of fun. I know I haven't listened back to it all the way, but I know there's times where there was an ambulance went by and some traffic. But at one point in time, a vehicle pulled up, and it was some fans of theirs that came for the show, and they were hooping and hollering and saying some things. They kind of add a little fun extra to it. And then when they came out to walk up, they introduced themselves and talked for a moment. So that was naughty input. They technically are like from around Nashville, but they're all individually. 2 of them are from Connecticut and 2 of them are from California, and somehow have made their way to live in Tennessee. And we've actually had them before at here in Cookville at Jighead when we did our Halloween. It was the Halloween thing that we did. It was prior to our new things, but yeah, they came out there and played and did a really awesome job. They have a lot of originals, and they're working on more right now, which is kind of what I wanted to get into later about upcoming females with their music industry. But they do some covers as well that are really great. She did Say My Name by Destiny's Child. Freaking
I love some like crossover covers. I love
Yes. And last night they did Sugar Sugar by Baby Bash.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun.
I mean, I have to admit that was
yeah. But they are actually our spotlighted band on the ward this week that I've been spinning and probably hearing it throughout the day for the ward segment. And that's a little segment that we do where we spotlight a band all week long and let them get all love and attention. So they were on there this week with their song I Should Go, which is a new release. And they've been in the studio doing videos, recordings for music videos and upcoming songs. So I'm really excited about that. And the lead singer of that band, her name is Chelsea. And that's really awesome. They're currently working on new music and they're working on some heavier stuff, which I'm really interested in to sing because I know she can do it. She's got a very wide range in her voice.
Yeah.
She does really high and then like the low melodic thing, the chest. She does a little bit of everything. So I'm really excited to see what else they got going on top of the new stuff we've already heard so far.
I like listening to that transition. Like if a girl like they can like sing, but can they scream and make it like heavy?
She has like this super. I don't want to embarrass her or like whatever, but like just a very sexy voice.
Yeah.
She does a lot of these like, and when she dances too, like if you about it, you about it. But anyhow, she has like I don't know, I don't want to say growl, but it's just kind of like just a sensual sound. It's like in some of the ways that she presents it, and then she'll go higher, and I don't know. It's really really beautiful voice and something that I never ever could do. They said you could practice to sound better singing, and I agree. But just natural, raw, like I mean, no, that's not happening.
It's a talent. Like I mean, I guess you can teach yourself, but I just a lot of it is talent. Hi, Sam. He said howdy.
Oh, hi, Sam. I'm so bad at paying attention to those. Oh, there's Ashley. I was wondering where she was going to show up. Hi.
Finally, you guys are coming in.
Yeah, I was like, where's everybody at? I'm just been talking to you, which is fine. Dang. No.
So close. we never see each other, so this is when we get to
I
talk.
know this is when we get to talk. We don't see each other much, but we need to get around seeing you soon because I got things for you. I do have it.
Yay!
I set it out so I could see it, but I wouldn't forget.
We go to events and they've got like her and Diego have their name tags, and I'm like, don't I have one of those? I feel like I've seen the picture of my name tag, and I haven't, you know.
Yeah, it got lost in the transition of all the things.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we done so much things.
Speaking of things, we have a lot of. You are doing a lot of things too. You have so many things that you have to remember and do and plan. So you get a pass for all that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like there is so much that I think that we do and that we have planned that I'm working on, and then when it gets to telling people like on these shows or just in general what we have going on, what's coming up, there's so much, but then I just blank.
I do too. Even on my shows, like I'm like talking on my daily shows, and I'm just like, we have so many events, and then I'm like, well, I think this one is this day, and then I have to like, I'm like, there's so many, I like get the dates mixed up and stuff.
The computer is right in front of me. I'm recording with it.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, well, go to the website and see all the things. Like I can't just click on the website myself and tell them some of the things.
Right.
Oh, I did mention though, since we were talking about naughty input at that moment, I do remember this. We do have an event coming up. It's the Food Fight Against Hunger here in Cookville, Tennessee at the Red Cycle. Yeah, they're going to be performing at that particular event. So if you didn't get to come see them out when I was there, or you didn't watch the videos, whatever, they are going to be live at Red Silo, Cookville, Tennessee, June 20th for our Food Fight Against Hunger. And if you can't come to that and you still have to support it, there is going to be a link shortly coming up for a GoFundMe. You can always donate even if you can't come. And I'm sure we're going to have plenty of videos and stuff going on so you can see what's happening. And then we're going to be there. Hopefully Amanda will be joining us. I would assume you can start on the road. And it's on Father's Day, so I know you got a baby daddy and stuff.
Yeah. No, I don't.
You might want you around.
We'll celebrate, but like, so in case everybody isn't aware, and I kind of knew it was in the works, like explain, the benefit itself.
Yeah. So we're going to be having a whole bunch of bands there, and they're all going to be playing throughout the day, like acoustic sets, and then we have some actual band sets as well. But we're taking donations to help provide funds to donate. We're going to put them between two different charities. There's Independence Again and Cookville Humane Fund or Human Fund. And it's just it's one to help with bring up awareness, but also to bring these funds to help support just people who are in need, and we're trying to get them what they need. So as much as we can, however we can, and we'll be there. We'll have our little section set up where we're going to be still kind of doing our radio stuff all day long, and just kind of announcing and hosting things. We're going to do a raffle, a silent auction kind of thing. Just a whole lot of interaction. We're trying to get the whole community together is the goal. We're not just trying to target, big people a little bit. We want all the people to come together and help us get it going. So, and like I said, we'll be there with our little section set up, doing announcements and things and running the radio station in between sets. So it'll be really fun and also a really good cause. So.
Well, and I don't know, like a lot of people watching aren't like from our area, which we're like in a small town, but it's like in the middle of Nashville and Knoxville and Chattanooga, really. Like it's kind of like central part. And so what we've seen in the past few years is just more and more like the homeless community is just like tripling, in our area. So Novella was awesome and teamed up with some other really good organizations and people and organized this event. So you're awesome for doing this. I'm like so excited to help. We've posted, so everybody can go see we've posted, and I've shared it, and if everybody else will share it too, they're looking for donations. I think like right now they're just looking for like $10 increments of like fast food places, which makes sense, for these people to have them like in their wallets or whatever. And when they're out and they need something to eat, they have these gift cards. A lot of people aren't comfortable necessarily with like cash or big items. So this is like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, there's definitely for sure. Like I said, there will be the GoFundMe that you can drop into, but if you are local or whatever, you can send them in however you want to. We are taking gift cards, products. Like we're not going to turn anything away. If it's something that can help, why not? Same thing. We're looking for sponsors. If you have a business, you want to be a sponsor. If you're just an individual and want to sponsor, we're doing that as well. And it doesn't have to be monetary for that either. We'll take those items and it'll be a part of our silent auction. So anything and everything, we're about it. And then that's going to be we're hosting it, and then we also have Mecca and Hip Football that are hosting it alongside with us. So big shout out to them for helping us out with everything. And to Bran, he is a part of Sleep Nation. He's actually the one who reached out to me too to involve us more, because he knows that we have the capabilities of doing it, but also like the heart to want to do it. So
Right.
yeah, really exciting.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ones coming up, because it's later in June. We have a whole bunch of things in between. It's literally all the time. And I'm gonna cheat and pull up the events tab.
I know the first one probably coming up, right? It would be the tattoo convention, Nashville.
Yep, that's the first one on the list. And then, you know what? I spent so much time building this thing. I should probably spend more time looking at it. I literally make it, check it, make sure it functions, and give it up there to y'all in the world. And you know what? I can go on there and enjoy looking at it. But yeah, our closest event coming up is this month, 21st to the 23rd in Nashville. We're doing Tattoos Arts Convention. It's the first annual one that they're doing there in Nashville, that we were very humbled to be able to be a part of. Like, that's really neat that first year out and we get to go do that. And it's their first year, our first year, so that's awesome. We'll have a booth set up and everybody can come hang out, chill with us. I'm not really sure what their whole rules are going to be at this point, but you can still come through, grab some merch, and then go about, look at all the vendors, and they got some fun entertainment there, burlesque shows, some, TV celebrities and whatnot.
And us.
And us. And we might be celebrities one day.
We're working our way.
And then get you a tattoo. I'm pretty sure several of them are gonna need some canvases still. I'm not sure how. I would think they would have whoever they want for their contest pieces, but I'm sure there's gonna be plenty there who can take walk-ins. Whoever needs a body still to throw some ink on it. So definitely get your tickets for that. That's all linked up on everything, the website, Facebook. It's been shared a whole butt ton, so you can't mess up.
We have the whole list of events posted though, right?
Oh yeah, like I said, on the website, the AsylumRadioNetwork.com, under the events, it's all lined up, because the fact after that we got the convention live stream that we're going to be doing out in Murfreesboro, and then of course the Food Fight for Hunger, Rock and Pod after that in August, so that's a little further out, but you still get tickets for that though, and that's huge. That's a big event in Nashville. Every time I turn around, there's more and more podcasts going up, more and more celebrities, and people are going to be interviewing. Like, it is. At first, I was like, okay, that's pretty big, but it just keeps growing. Holy crap, something's going on there.
They've blocked off a bunch of rooms. Like, they're doing like room rates. I don't know if they've sold out, but if anyone's planning to like travel to Tennessee for that, they've got like special rates for going to Rock and Pod. And I know most of the Asylum crew is coming, I think. So you can see like all of us.
Yeah, like literally all but like two, I think. And it is what it is, but we'll have the majority of people there at some point in time. And then in that same month, actually August is slammed. Like, we got so much going on. The next weekend, Bam Jam in Covington, Georgia. A lot of us are going to be down there too. And the first night, I believe, is like ladies' night, and it's going to be late, whether it's female fronted bands or female bands included. I think they're all fronted, but I may be mistaken. And then I believe we're going to be, the ladies of the Asylum are going to be opening up that night too. It's going to be all female related. Like, it's very Scry feeling with the whole women power.
I actually just came back. Well, I didn't come back. I mean, it's been weeks. I went to Covington, Georgia, because that's where the Vampire Diaries was filmed. Remember I told you guys I was going on that trip? So like, in that town, you guys can stay an extra couple of days if you were a fan of like the Vampire Diaries, the originals. And I'm a nerd, my vampire obsession. So, but yeah, that's where they film the shows, and you can stay in like all of the themed rooms and stuff. It's really cool. Covington's like a cute little town. It's kind of like, where we're from. But.
Okay, it sounded familiar, but I just know I don't know it. When I've been to Georgia, it's been like obviously Atlanta and Marietta, things around that area.
Yeah.
Dayton, Georgia, I think is a little town I've been to, but didn't ring a bell, but that's fine. And then the next weekend, back to back, we have another tattoo convention. And that one is in Knoxville, and this is the largest one in Tennessee. I think it's like their 9th annual one. And we got invited to host it, and then that's for Living Arts, and they have out in October they have another one in Birmingham that they wanted us to to be a part of and partner with them as far as promoting them and whatnot. So Knoxville, Tennessee, one I'm very excited about. I love Knoxville. That's like my favorite place to go in Tennessee and just do all the little traveling around. And also, UT, a big football fan, but that's going to be a whole lot of fun. I can't wait for that one. Yeah, definitely get your tickets. Hit the website up. Hello, Justin.
I was gonna say we got to catch up on some of these comments here.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about like bands recording in Nashville. Yeah, it's like growing. It used to be like only country music. Like even when I moved to Tennessee, so I've been here over 10 years ish. I just feel like most of the stuff you heard was country. I mean, there was rock bands that would come and do shows and stuff, but now I feel like, you know, like the headquarters or like the record company here and all, like a lot more bands are recording, and we've got some really good recording studios. So it's awesome that a lot more rock, even pop music, all that stuff is coming to Nashville. So it's awesome.
Well, and I think I say the name wrong. And I do believe that's where the convection show that we're doing, Ridenauer.
I'm not gonna try it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm screwing it up, but yeah, there's been a lot more rock bands going there and doing the recordings instead of just the country, which I'm not sure if theirs was necessarily always country, but it is near Nashville, so I'd assume so. But yeah, they're getting a lot more people coming in trying to get their stuff recorded, and it's rock and roll or different alternatives and things like that. And our friend Tanya for Lydia's Castle, she's been posting all over. She has been killing it on the social media, and of course we share her out because we love her. They're going to be getting ready to release some music for the world, and we'll get some MPs that we can play soon here at the station. I'm really excited about that. So she's the lead singer of her band, Lydia's Castle, and they were recording there at the Ridenauer. I know I'm not. I'm butchering it. And people are like, that's such a brilliant place, and you're screwing it up. Yeah, well, it's what I do.
I actually just got contacted in one of my latest posts. I'm trying to find the band name. I feel bad. But they are a female-led band. I mean, there's guys in the band too, but I was really excited that they reached out and was like, how can we get, you know, our music on the Asylum? And it was like, with a female in the band. So of course, like we have no problem like playing your music, but if it's a female in the band, like obviously with us girls and Takara, like we're gonna be like, yes, we're going to play your music. We need more female rock bands, but I'll have to find them.
Yeah, I definitely we want everything. We support everybody, but it's so good to see women coming up in the forefront more. And
yeah, you guys know how that's how you get us. I'm looking here. I'm gonna give them a shout out if I can find her comment.
Hello, Gwen. Good to see you too.
Crows Over. I hope I'm saying that right.
Crows Over?
Crows Over. Krozover. Crows Over. But they're going to email us their stuff. So if Takara gets it on our playlist, then we'll promote them. But just not discouraging anybody else from contacting us. I was just excited.
I'm just excited. Yeah, we're definitely not discouraging anything. We're just we like to hear it from the ladies. It makes us feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was actually a good year just in general, or the last couple of years for like female led even rock groups. Did you see I never usually watch the Grammys. I'm always like disappointed they don't give rock music like the attention they should, but like all of the rock band nominees were like female.
Yeah, and I was surprised at that in general, that even that rock music was pertinent, much less that the females were. And I do believe Maria got very close to winning one. And then I can't remember who took it, but she was damn near, she was like number 2. I was like, oh no, that's my girl. I was really hoping she was gonna get it.
But I love Grace Potter. I feel like she was like one of the first ones who kind of, I don't know, I love her voice. She's got that like softer voice, but she, they can get a little bit heavier. A lot of her music isn't, but she was nominated, Fiona Apple. But just to see that they were all, I'm like, we're making some progress. We're making some baby steps.
It's finally getting there. I wonder where our chatty Cathys are, or asking Ashleys. That's what we're gonna call them. Because that's what they do. They usually ask like 9 million questions. Which is fine. That's what I'm looking for. I got things to talk about, but I just don't want to fly through them, and then we'll be sitting here with our thumbs in our butts.
Yeah.
I feel like I've taught myself to death between yesterday and today, trying to get the show together, doing the interview, and I've been trying to get these sponsors, of course, for the show. I was like, I just don't ever stop talking, which
And
I never thought I'd complain about.
days, like after, like if I'm recording or whatever, and then I'm on the phone for my job, like whatever it is, at the end of the day, I'm like, all I did today was talk, but it's
Mhm.
and you wouldn't think that we get tired of hearing ourselves talk, but we really do.
Yeah, that because that's another thing too with my primary job. Got to answer the phones, and I just don't want to. I don't want to talk to anybody. By the end of the day, I'm done. I lock myself in my room and talk to no one.
I may complain a little bit at the end of the day, but then I'm done. I'm going to bed.
Let me complain, and then don't you talk though. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear out of you. I just want to complain, and then I'm going to take a nap.
I don't know if you heard, I was going to ask you about this, and I figured I'd wait till we get on the show, but have you listened to Hayley Williams' new music?
I have not.
Because I was actually like, when I was like looking more into like the Grammy stuff, because she's got Petals for Armor, and a lot of people were like, why weren't they nominated? So I started looking into it, and I'm like, really? It should have been nominated. So you're going to have to listen to it if you guys were Paramore fans. And you love
I do remember that. Petals for Armor or of Armor.
Petals for Armor. Yeah.
I remember when that came out, and I remember like that single, if that was the name of the song too. And I remember liking that, but as far as like delving further into it, I hadn't. And same thing.
I hadn't either, and I'm like disappointed because I love Hayley Williams. So
yeah, I remember as a that was a big thing into her when I was younger, and then she kind of faded away there for a little while.
Yeah. I remember before, I'm from Detroit, so like I had a couple of friends that were super obsessed with her. One of my friends got catfished by a girl. She was talking to a girl who like acted like she was really good friends with Hayley Williams. So then my friend was like, oh my God, we're going to go to Tennessee. We're going to meet her. So we drive all the way to Tennessee, and it wasn't Franklin, like where Paramore.
Yeah, where she's from.
Yeah. End up at this like sketchy apartment. And it is clear that these people do not know Hayley Williams. And I'm like, that, and this was before like catfish was a thing. Like we had flip phones. Yeah. We didn't, but yeah, we could have been murdered all to try to Hayley Williams.
We could have been straight murdered looking for Hayley. Yeah. Well, and I remember growing up too. I had a friend who was friends with Hayley Williams, and they legitimately were. And they had talked about whenever she was going to leave, and they knew who the next girl was going to be and all that stuff. And I don't know whatever happened with all that, but yeah, no, I don't. I'm not going to go wild goose and chasing someone and get murdered.
Lesson.
But I do, and then also with Lacey Sturr from Flyleaf, I've seen her doing. She did the new Aurora stuff with Breaking Benjamin, which is beautiful. Like that, and I've been doing some of her own singles as well, but I think I've heard like one or two of those. I haven't heard much more out of her either because I just haven't seen it, or because she didn't do more than that. But it's probably because I just haven't paid no damn attention, to be honest.
But she's another one that's got that, like, she can do that high pitched voice too. I can just hear it in my head. But
when you're singing along, or you're trying to sing along, and you get to certain parts, and you're just like, nah, nah, nah. There's sometimes I'll be singing and literally my voice just no one wants to hear it anyway, but that's it's fine. I'm trying to share this and go at the same time. It's so much quicker on the phone, but I'm using my phone to record today because I didn't feel like setting up my stuff. It literally just went and got some of it out of the car from last night because I took everything with me and didn't use any of it. So
did you go by yourself?
Yeah. On my way out, I was like, man, I need don't need, but it would have been nice to have Diego there with his Nashville navigating. He's really good at navigating Nashville, and so normally like he can tell me where to go. I don't even have to use a GPS. I don't know. I didn't ask.
Yeah, when I go to Nashville, I just I want somebody with me, whether they even get out of the car, just driving and parking in Nashville. I'm like, I just need somebody. I don't like doing this by myself.
That's my problem. Is like I don't it's not that I have to have someone there, but it's just nice not to be by yourself.
Yeah.
Have someone there. But I wanted to be more independent and try this on my own. So I did, but most of the drive home it sucks for me. I hate it. I get tired like the second I try to drive home. Like I don't just want to go home.
Yeah, when you guys like are always in Nashville, I'm like, I need to go with them. But then I'm like, that drive home, like on a weeknight, I get up so early. I'm like, that drive home is like the worst.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask him this time either because last time we went, we didn't get back until like 2 a.m. and he had to be at work at 2 a.m. So literally, we got to where we had met up to go in one vehicle, and I was like, "I want to go home and go to bed." He's like, "I'm gonna go to work."
No,
I felt so bad, but I can't. I literally, my eyes start to droop the second we start heading home, and I don't do like the energy drinks and stuff. It doesn't do me any good. So no.
I've got to like turn my air up, like in my car. I've got to be really cold and like have music really loud, or I'll listen to like a podcast. So it's something I'm interested in. But yeah, like I'm like I can't do it. Especially
the podcast to stay interested, or if I have something that I can put I can't always forget my little clipper thing. If it's something I can watch like TV, but normally it's loud music. Usually I turn on like some hip hop or rap because then I kind of get a little more engaged. But yeah, he does the freeze out thing. I can't handle that. My anemia, I would rather just not because I start to shaking. I get like I literally start hurting because I'm so cold. Like, I don't do freeze out.
Well, I guess I'm used to like in my house. I can like see my thermostat from here. I mean, it's like my husband keeps it at like 65 degrees. I'm usually like I would rather be cold, but than hot.
No, not me. I'm too damn anemic. I swear. Like when we were out at the venue that we went to last night was super freaking hot because, like I said, there's a bunch of people there. So I went there and it was fine. But when we were outside, I had to grab my jacket. So thankfully, I had finagled me a new hoodie, and we were out there. But I was still freezing. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then get into the venue and I'm sweating. I'm like, this doesn't work for me.
Did you know all of them before, or you were just like you showed up and you're like, I'm here, and introduce yourself, or did you know them?
Oh, I knew Chelsea and JD from whenever they were here in Cookville for.
Yeah, give you so much credit. You're going by yourself, and it's like people,
Well, that's what I do for transient though. When I went to New Orleans,
yeah, seriously,
I never met any of them. I only ever talked to one of them after the fact because Dave was like, "Hey, here's the dude." They're like, "Okay." So now that was 8 hours away, 2 states away by myself because I thought he was gonna go with me because they did too. That's like, "Oh, where's Diego?" Go with me. And so I stayed in this hostel, which was really cheap and not the worst thing ever, but still was like, this is kind of horrifying. I'm not going to make it home. And so I turned on my location just in case so Jenny could find my dead body.
Yeah, and how I am, like you guys have seen, like even when we're going to events and I'm meeting you guys, I'm like, are you here yet? Like I'm not going in by myself. I'm not sitting at a table by myself. I can't do it. But I do want to hear about the hostel. Like, tell me how that worked. Because I was like, I've seen the movie, but hopefully but I've had other friends that went to like different countries and stayed in a hostel. And I'm like, that kind of sounds intriguing, but I didn't know. Like, how does that work?
Well, the hostel, like when we went to Japan, it's the same concept, but Japan is a lot different because it seems like we have our own rooms most of the time. But one time we had a hostel, and so you walk in, it's mostly like it's usually like a bunk bed situation and an attached bathroom or an attached one all around it, but it's shared with whoever's booked it from wherever they're from. So the one time we were there in the hostel, it was the 4 of us and one stranger who was, I guess he was from Japan. He was Japanese. So, but I didn't know what he was doing or saying because I couldn't speak Japanese. My cousin and his friend, they spoke fluently. So I'm like, oh, I'll talk to that guy. But he never did come back. He like left at one point in time and never came back. So, but the one in New Orleans is the same concept. But this one, they have like a whole bunch of houses that they own down the strip there. And they've turned the houses into this, basically opened them up, put a bunch of bunk beds in them, and then they have the bathrooms. The one I stayed in was like a duplex almost, and it had several bunk beds all throughout, and then 2 bathrooms. One with a shower and toilet, and the other one was just a shower and like vanity and stuff. So anyway, that when I stayed there the first night, it was me and a couple of girls, and they were like looked like college girls, like maybe were just roaming. And then the next night was some other random traveler. But you just have a key, and everybody who has paid for that room gets a key. So only that area has a key to the room. But yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get when you get there.
Yeah, how do you protect your stuff, or like?
I kept everything with me because I'm just very paranoid.
Yeah.
And I only had a little small bag anyway because I'm only down there for the weekend. So I just took it in, took it out.
Hold on. Sorry. Everybody. She must see a bird. Okay.
That's enough of that.
All the
But
time.
no, I think they'd be really good. Like the ones I was in, there's up to like 4 to 6 beds. So if you were traveling with a group of girls, which is my plan next time, my cousin, yeah, we're gonna go, and there's like 5, 6 of us. If we all did it, then it'd be like renting a whole room out, and it's only $55. So like you can't beat that.
Yeah, I didn't know you went to Japan. So I went to Japan. We had our own rooms, but was your bed like hard as a rock and your pillow hard as a rock? Apparently that's the thing there. I was like I had to like double and triple up the pillows. I'm like, this is not how we sleep in America.
We went to it was called a ginger hotel, and it was literally everything was like ginger based stuff. But that's where we slept on the actual Tommy mats or whatever. And that was not for me. This was after my car accident, so I'm like, this ain't gonna work.
My bad.
Yeah, the hostel sucked. The ginger hotel was really cute, but we were laid on those whatever mats, and that wasn't good. But we did one time splurge for a really nice hotel that ended up being like a romance hotel, and we didn't know. So we get there, and mine and Christopher, we shared a room because the other couple that was with us are married, my cousin and my best friend. And I'm like, well, I guess we're gonna hang out together, but we're just like very, very platonic friends. Yeah. And we get in our room, it's like, oh my God, it's like pink, and they got the mirror, and they have all this like stuff laid out. I was like, oh, this is what this is. This is what we stumbled across.
Were you in Tokyo?
We went to a little bit everywhere. Tokyo, Abihara, Kyoto, like everywhere. We were there for like 2 weeks, and the boys stayed there for a month.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, they stay for a while. I would have stayed if I had the time and money, but nah.
Yeah, I went for work. We were there for like a week. I didn't get to do a lot of sightseeing, but I would like to go back.
Oh, I would go back in a heartbeat, which I think we're going to try next year. And then after that, we're wanting to do a European one, like Switzerland, or I don't know if that's European, Ireland, stuff like that. So
there's Ashley. Hey.
There's the other Ashley. Yeah. Hi. You are late to the show.
Well, the best part for Japan, like I said, I went for work. We got to fly like Delta One, which is like you have your own like bed, like it lays all the way flat down. You have your TV, you can close your door. You're like in a mini like room almost. It was like celebrity style. So as long as I can travel to Japan like that, I'll go anytime.
I did say next time we go, I am splurging my extra money not on bringing crap home, but for a first class flight, because 18 hours in that seat, oh, I was miserable.
Yeah, I'm sure it can get uncomfortable. And I'm like, I watched so many movies like on the flight. It was so long.
We watched Titanic, me and Christopher did. And it's like, so we want to go on a cruise now and watch like Aeroplane or something. Like we're we're just stupid. We do.
Ashley had kid issues, don't we all? I've got mine. My sister's keeping her. I'm like, I need quiet, which I should have probably taken my dog tonight too. But
so you have dog issues tonight though.
Yeah, gosh.
And I have kid issues because I won't have kids. I can avoid that issue, but
there's a silver lining in some things.
Well, that's not always true. When Lola's around, that's my godchild. She can cause them if she wants to. She's normally kind of self-sufficient. Oh my gosh, she was with us the other day when we were celebrating Beltane, and I had her out in the yard. She was running around. I said, "You're not running right. If you want to get the right aerodynamics, you gotta lean forward, throw your arms behind you." And so she did. I got recordings of her. Like, I got this child Naruto running, and she don't even know what that is. But I used to be that nerd in high school, middle school, and I would run around like that. Like, it's fine.
She said, I've got dog and kid issues. Yeah.
I want a dog issue, something bad, but where I'm at, I can't have a dog right now. My pupper is staying with my stepmom, so.
I don't think I like puppies are harder than kids, so I don't think I would ever. Which my dog's probably almost 12, but I don't know if I could ever do another puppy. They are way harder than kids.
I don't know if I agree with that one, but I don't have any young ones actually, like real ones. Like I've helped with Lullaby and brought her up on my own, but I always enjoy training puppers from little babies and letting them learn all the things. Yes, I have a pity. I had two. Jake, he passed away a while back. He has a blue nose, and then my red, he's gonna be 11 on June 4th. Like, oh my goodness, he's all white in the snoot now. His name's Dante. He's a sweetheart. I posted pictures of him when I went and visited him with my stepmom not too long ago. He's my baby. And I thought you had Piddles too, actually, or someone. So I know someone in the group.
She does. I think I've seen pictures.
Mm-hmm. On the Pibbles.
I used to have one, the blue-haired one.
Yeah. Yeah, I love my Piddles. I don't know if you want to talk about it here or not, but your post that you had made about DJs for helping with an animal thing. Yeah, I'll definitely be down for that. I'm all about that. Any kind of animal advocacy, or especially pit bull stuff. And I want to start doing some of our own via the Asylum Network. I want to host some kind of charity or do like a drive or something, maybe like a run. I love seeing those in Nashville. They do them very often where they do, 5Ks or whatever. We might not do that long. But they partner with different breweries and stuff to raise money for, I've seen a lot of people advocacies out there that do it.
This one, maybe we can all talk about hosting together. I'm actually on the board for an animal group called Friends of White County Animals. Okay. So what they do is mostly help the cat situation in White County because their dogs can go to the shelter around us. They do not take cats around us. Nope. So, but what makes this group different is they kind of focus on animal retention. So like people who are low income that have pets, they try to keep these pets in their homes to kind of eliminate the problem before it happens, essentially with cats. So they raise money for like vet fees for people who can't afford it, for spay and neutering. We give out food, like pet food, like when they do the food drives, like the commodities once a month for low income houses. We hand out the pet food there because if people can't afford food for themselves, they can't afford. So this event is called Wine and Wags, and there's like a different theme each year. This theme is like the Wild Wild West. So what we would do is we could host, and then I do need like a DJ who has like the equipment to like play the music too. So like, or make a playlist according to the theme. But we can talk about details later. But for anyone who's interested, that's going to be happening in September. You can dress up like a cowboy or something and come and support the animals. And if the asylum crew is there, but so if anybody's interested in that, there'll be tickets on sale. I think that's happening in September. But I'll be posting too. So make sure you like add my personal page on Facebook too, because I post about that stuff all the time. But yeah. Well,
I'm a shameless plug-in behind you because you said it. Go find my personal one. I made one like even before the asylum because I wanted somewhere where I could share my song lyrics and get a timestamp on them because that way it's technically copyrighted. Yeah. And also because like, oh hey, people can see them and tell me if it sucks or not. And my sister always tells me how terrible my music is. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. But then all these stuff with the station, and I'm very overwhelmed with like friend requests and things like that. But also just trying to like do the whole self branding thing. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn it. I'm still gonna keep posting my music on there, my lyrics, but because maybe some people are into that. But yeah, I turned it into my little one for the station too. And yeah, we're doing it. I think all of us girls have one.
Yeah.
Now
but then people can kind of keep up with us too. Like I know we post stuff as a group. And a lot of times
individually we do our own things. Yeah.
Oh, Ashley said, where can we donate pet food? Are you in Tennessee, Ashley?
I think they're in Virginia.
Either way, we do take like pet food donations, but PetSmart around us donates a lot. So we don't go out without a lot. We're doing an online auction that I'm hosting for them, for the group where we auction off different items, which can be shipped. Oh yeah, they're both in Virginia. But yeah, but there is Friends of like whatever county in a lot of states. So if you maybe look it up, like in your county, Friends of whatever county, Virginia, and they may take donations too, because I'm all about helping animals everywhere. So that's awesome that you would offer though.
I am so glad that I have another person. Not that the boys aren't or that whoever isn't animal friendly, but whenever we first started doing things and we talked about doing different benefits and charities, that was the first thing that came to my mind was I want to do animal stuff. So now I know I got someone who's kind of already
Oh
into
yeah.
that, so we can totally make something really nice happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully soonish. I would love to do that next after our upcoming event. I
Yeah.
really want to do it when it's warm because I would like to do something maybe that's like an activity included. I do like the wine runs and where you
Yeah.
have the different stations and we have all those breweries. So we'll see. We'll do something for sure.
And that Wine and Wags event I was talking about is at the winery. Have you went to Northfield Vineyards?
Which one?
Northfield, which is over by us.
Oh, I don't think so. I've been to the Delmonico or whatever.
Okay, yeah, this one is a lot closer. I mean, probably 5 minutes from my house. So we host the
okay. Well,
yeah, you come. They got wine slushies, but they actually their mascot there is a big Great Dane who's like an honorary board member. I'm going to introduce you to this, which we're having personal conversations here, but I need to introduce you to the animal group too because we're always looking for like volunteers and help. And
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did get a little lost on some personal because I was earlier. If people paying, hey, you know what? I was told I got to do this thing where I remind people what we're doing.
Oh yeah,
the Scry, where it's all female. Well, not all female related, but all the females from the station come on. We kind of take turns being here because we're busy ladies. You never know what we're getting into. So the Scry, it's the women from the asylum. We're here on Thursdays as often as we can, and we're discussing usually music related things and females in the industry, but sometimes we talk about everything else in between because we're us. It's a good way for y'all to get to know us too. So you're learning who we are and we get to learn about you and your things. So, but I was kind of making a little list of the women right now who are producing music currently, and I had two local ones that we mentioned, which is Naughty Input, and then here soon we'll be hearing from Lydia's Castle as soon as they get some stuff out to us. But April 30th, if I'm not mistaken, Tetrarch, if that's how you pronounce it. I think I'm pronouncing their name wrong. Forever I've been pronouncing their name wrong. But they released music, a whole album called Unstable, and we're spinning some of their tunes on the station right now. But their lead guitarist, Diamond Rowe, that's a female, freaking killing it on that album and all the time. Obviously she plays really, really great guitar, but that was one I wanted to bring up because we are currently spinning them, and that was very recent that they released their new music. And I love seeing female guitarists, especially lead guitarists.
Yeah.
So much fun. It was Shania when we had her on a couple Thursdays ago. That's her position. And it's very interesting to me to see that because I remember growing up, it's always like a lead singer or maybe a bassist, but not a lot of the lead guitarists, besides like some of the very, very obvious ones. But that's very, very awesome to see that. I don't know if you've heard any of the new stuff, but I played.
I need to like
some of it.
My phone, so I listen to it. But I think we just get excited. It's pretty bad that we have to like have shows to talk about and get so excited about females in rock bands because they're so few and far in between. But I feel like that is changing. Like more groups are getting them, so maybe it won't be so like, oh, we're so excited, in the future.
Yeah. Also, there's so many women out there who play the guitar or just other instruments. Like on TikTok, I don't know how many women I follow on there who are freaking killer on a guitar. They do covers, they do fun different things. I mean, I can tell you, I got one day alone, I had like 10. They're amazing, but they're not in bands or anything. They just play. I don't know if it's because they don't want to be, or if they haven't had the opportunity to, or what. But if it's because they're being turned away, like screw y'all, because these women are freaking awesome. I would just assume it's other things. There's no way people are hearing or see these women and not wanting to book them because they're really talented. And 9 times out of 10, they're freaking gorgeous. I was actually in the car with Diego. I was like, this is bullshit. Like, how can you be gorgeous and talented and I don't get either? Like, that's not fair. Like, I don't have any talent. And of course, he gave me the whole bullshit thing. I was like, no, but they are. I mean, this is insane. They are very super talented, and I would love to see some of the women that I'm following. I love watching what they do, their own riffs they come up with or the ones they cover, but I would love one day to see them like to succeed even further than that. And some of them only do want to play music. I get some submissions where it is just instrumentals, but as far as playing on the station, it's a little difficult because we people want to hear whole songs and whatnot, but sometimes just their instrumentals are phenomenal.
Ashley said she loves seeing trick drummers. I think that's what I'm saying. Like we talked about bassists, like singers, like I like it just excites me. But that what would be a good idea? Like unless they're like TikTok famous and too big for us, is to maybe have some of those girls like on the show and let them play or something. Like that would be
I love that. Yeah.
a really good
I
idea.
have them saved on there. I'll see if definitely gonna reach out to them.
Yeah, reach out to them, and we like it promotes them and it helps them, and maybe a band will see them that we. That would be awesome. That's a great.
Well, I mean, that's where Jarris Johnson got all his fame, because that's where he started at, was on TikTok, and he's the one that does the covers for, like, he did the Papa Roach one first, and
yeah.
Bring Me the Horizon, he did. Yeah, that's where he got his start, was on there. So yeah, it could happen. And then the guy who did, I think he did a Maryland. No, he did Lady Gaga. He did a metal cover of her, and he was found on TikTok too. I was like, y'all are killing it. It's like Vampire something. I can't remember his name, but really, really cool. So that's when I started getting on TikTok. I can find somebody. I'm gonna discover somebody on here, or maybe somebody will discover me on here.
That's a good idea. We'll look into that.
Yeah. And then I was going to mention one other thing, because also this week I started playing Spirit Box, their new song, Circle with Me. Courtney and them were talking that they recorded this, and it's a new single for the album, but they don't know exactly when the album's coming out, but it will be this year, hopefully, is what they're thinking. But this is one of the singles for it. It's coming out soon, and it's spinning on the station now. Circle with Me. It's really, really good. I don't know if you heard much of the other stuff. We've been playing the other ones for a while now, Blessed Be and whatnot, but I really like the new one. I think it's a little harder, and she still has her very soft, beautiful voice, but it kind of has some more different ranges in it than what you heard in the other ones. So I always like seeing the different little beats and stuff.
Speaking of playing the beats, we have a new female DJ for the Asylum. She's not here, so we should let her introduce herself. But
I've been bragging on her through the shows every day, because I'm so used to when I end my shows, like, stick around, JC and Diego, and now I'm like, stick around. I got 3 of them coming up behind me now, and I'm so proud and excited for her to do more, because I want her to do whatever she wants to do and as much as she wants to do, and feel free to, like, just get out there and get it, because I think there was a little bit of shyness there at first that is, like, unwarranted, because she's so full of energy. It's like, girl, you got it. You're so good.
I mean, she likes the heavier stuff, and like, so if you guys are into that, you will love her playlist. It's awesome. So you have to check her out. She's Monday through Friday, right? 6 to 8.
Yeah. Yeah, Monday through Friday. And then she actually said skillet drummer. I didn't even think about that, her being female, because I was sitting trying to think of some females, which I know Plush has a female, because they're all female. Runaways did back when, because they were all female.
Right.
And then you got fiction bands like the Hex Girls. They were all female. I absolutely love them. I don't even care. I actually have Hex Girl songs from Scooby-Doo on my phone. They're actually good songs. Like, I don't know who wrote them, but these are good. I like
them. So we're talking about shows. Novella, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I'm Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to about 1. My shows keep running over because I talk too damn much, but it's fine. That is Central Time, so.
Yeah, I'm on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 11. Eventually every day when I can commit to the time of, for the shows. But Monday, Wednesday,
it's a lot of work, but I like doing it, so. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it, but.
We're letting you guys help with the playlist, because we're doing an all request lunch. So if there's something you want to hear, you guys can let us know and get it in on the playlist for that too.
Yeah. In between myself and JC, so it's 1 to 2.
Yeah.
We have the all request lunch. So be sending us your requests. You can hit it up on Facebook you can send it to us if you like. If you want to do the recording, that'd be great. And you can let us know you're listening to the Asylum and what you want to hear, and we'll put you out there.
Ashley said, I love y'all shows when I get to hear them. Y'all music tastes are similar but different. Yeah, I would say so. I feel like it gets a little bit heavier throughout the day. I'm real into I like grunge is about as far as mine gets. I do a lot of emo or,
Yeah, my new nostalgia is almost a lot like some of the things you put. Well, I do. Mine's like the emo punk for new nostalgia, but it's like all old school stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not not a whole lot of modern things. Not because I don't like it, but because I try to keep that a little particular. I like to play a lot of the kind of current alt rock things, but I always throw in a little bit of random things from a little bit everywhere, really heavy or kind of more like electro. I just kind of little things here and there because I want to introduce everybody to a little bit of everything, especially with the submissions we get from locals or up and coming people, because I want them to be heard.
And it's not always necessarily songs, like every song that may be in one of my playlists or yours, I don't know if you agree, but it's not necessarily songs I love or don't like. It's just, I know, like, especially like at 9 a.m. when I'm starting, you may not want to hear, screaming in your car, so I may be doing it for you and not me, while you're
this is for you.
Exactly, like Ashley said, by the end of the day she needs the heavy stuff. So we progress and we get harder through the night, and I think it just works for us. It works for you guys listening. And hey Tamara.
Yeah, hey Tamara. Yeah, I normally I'll always turn it on throughout the day, but then especially on my way to the gym, because I normally leave right after work, and I put it on, and that's usually when I start hearing JC and Diego.
Yep.
And then sometimes, depending on how late I get there, like with Defiance doing in the afternoons, she actually had a really good one with her covered albums I really enjoyed, and that was a part of my workout the other day. I'm like, yes, I agree. Like as the evening goes on, and you've already had the day, you want that harder stuff, just like, okay, yes. And then people think like heavy music makes you angry. No, it brings me down.
Well, especially when like I'm like that. Like when I'm working out, I'm gonna be listening to like Cardi B, or I want the screaming or like some 5 Finger Death Punch, stuff like that when I'm working out.
And that's what I had been posting all my kicker tracks, and it's the hard rock songs that really push me through the workout.
Really
yeah, but then some days though, it's not going to be a kicker track. It's going to be there's some hoes in this house track, because some days I'll be on the treadmill just like, y'all queen. Like I really have a bad bitch playlist that is just like all the women rappers, and we even have some Ludacris in there too, because I just love him. But yeah, some days it's not rock and roll. Some days it's
I like you mentioned Ludacris. I'm a Ludacris fan, and I feel like he is so underrated. He does not get the credit that he
does. I love him. I don't care.
Ashley said after daycare drop off, she needs it. See, like when after having your kid, I feel like you need a little bit mellow. Give me some mellow music. I've heard enough screaming for the day.
The kids have been screaming at you, so I'm trying. Sometimes I don't always get to go to the gym, so I'd go in my basement, and that's always fun working in the basement.
It's easier to just stay at home and work out.
Yeah, yin yang twins. Yeah, there's definitely we do get some of like the transition, like really the new metal is basically what it is, and like the rap crossover rock. We do play some of that at the station, but we can't play any of the other stuff on here. Maybe one day we'll be able to, once we get he doesn't one ride home, because like I said, to stay awake, that's what I usually listen to is the girls doing all their heavy rap and stuff, and he got to listen to a whole playlist of that on the way home. He's like, really? Since when? I was like, I've always listened to this, we just don't listen to it together.
Home gyms are nice. Yeah, I don't know who paid Jason off to be on here complimenting us, but
yeah, I don't know, quit giving him money.
Coolio. Well, I don't know. Ashley, do you remember that Pirate the Radio like covered that? We played it when we interviewed Shania. It was like awesome. It gave me goosebumps listening to it.
That one is a part of my hype playlist because it'll get you going. It may not make you angry, but the energy behind the song, you can power through one more 3-minute session on the treadmill when you hear that beat, And I have a very big problem with competition. And even though the people at the gym don't know they're in a competition with me, I use them all the time. Like, oh, she was on that treadmill for this long at this speed, so I got to go longer at a higher speed.
I do that. I'm using the treadmill or the bike next to me and they're going like way faster. I'm like gradually, I'm like, okay, I can do this. All right,
And then sometimes I'm like, okay, you win. Okay, so I had something.
Do you have a favorite workout song? Tomorrow wants to know.
Well, not a favorite one. Just certain days, certain ones hit harder than others for me. That's why a part of my motivation, plus like just kind of sharing my life with y'all. That's what I've been doing with the tracker, the kicker tracks, is letting y'all know what really got me going. But A lot of the times I always make sure to hear, like today I put Throne. That's one that I really like to hear when I'm trying to get going. And also Panic at the Disco, Emperor's New Clothes. I don't know why, but that song just really makes me think, yes. Like the crown I have tattooed on my arm is kind of in reference to that. And then just being a queen, like owning your shit, but taking back the crown, running with it. Like that's one of the ones that it's like a go-to when I'm working out.
See, my workout playlist and my cleaning playlist are usually pretty similar. When I'm sort of even when I'm cleaning bathrooms, doing real like uncool stuff, like it's a similar playlist.
Yeah, like again, there's some hose in this house when you're scrubbing the tub. It's like, yeah, there's a hole when you're cleaning this tub.
Real
I think I'm real hot.
Ashley said, who's got shows coming up? We have, a lot of shows coming up. And I think there's some announcements coming this weekend about shows, so we can't give stuff away because it's not our information.
Yeah, we went over a whole bunch of shows earlier. You was late, so we're not telling you. I'm just kidding. You know where to go on the website. They're all listed up there. We have a whole bunch coming up actually real soon. This month we got back to back with the Nashville show and the convention show, and then next month the food fight, and then we have a whole bunch of stuff going on in August with Rockin' Pod and more conventions and concerts as well. And we always get the little shows going around town. We're trying to get out there to you at some point in time, darling. We would love to come out to Virginia and do a thing, which fingers crossed we'll be doing that soon. So we'll get there. Yes, Tiffany, it's a great song. She said, "My bad. I'm just teasing you, darling. I'm giving you a hard time." She had posted on our the announcement earlier. She said, "Yeah," because we were going to be doing a show, and
we can always count on she's decided to call you guys the Asking Ashleys. We can always count on you.
Yep.
For our show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all weren't even here to hear what I said. Like if you guys what Chatty Cathy is what they call them, and we're calling y'all the Asking Ashleys because normally y'all are in here just throwing them around, and then got Tamara, like she is a T, but she is usually
she's with the Ashleys. They're all yeah.
Yeah, but she was close. She got A's all in her name, so it's fine. It's fine.
Ashley, I haven't seen Blue Eyed Darkness on TikTok. I'll have to. Are they guitar playing? We'll have to look those up too.
Okay, yeah. I have so many that I'm following that I don't know all their names, so I might, but I'm not for sure. Yeah. But Blue Eyed always sparks me because I love Blue Eyed White Dragon. I love that's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. I Blue Eyed everything. You don't see her comments? Well.
That's not our business.
So the head PE is coming to your venue, your newer venue. That's really exciting. That'll be fun. And that's out in Michigan, though, where they're at. Where tomorrow's at.
She's in Michigan, yeah. I'm actually going to Michigan next week, but it's for like a memorial service. So not a good trip, but I'm supposed to be going.
Oh, okay. Is it still cold up there, though?
I think so tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, she's inside. Oh.
Yeah, Michigan is. I went in like August and it was still cold, but I'm not like I said, I'm anemic. It doesn't matter. I'm always cold.
Yeah, like in Michigan, once it gets to like 55, everybody's in t-shirts. They're ready for it.
Yeah, then when we went up there, it's my ex at the time. He was like, "Oh, this is fine." I went, "This is not fine. Who did this?"
Oh, not guitar playing. Now I'm like gonna be down a TikTok rabbit hole tonight, looking at these people playing their guitars.
Okay, yeah, and that's another thing too. I would like it at some point. Obviously, like we're a station, so we will keep things kind of related to music. But I do have a list already curating for women in business, just in general, that I think would still be great to have on or to talk to and stuff.
Right.
Because it is different and it's fun too, just to hear the different things. And some of them, even though they're not necessarily musicians, they do have a sort of like air about them that's like rock and roll, whether their product be related to it in some way or what have you. So yeah, maybe we'll have that happening soon too, and y'all might like that too. We may not just keep it all music related. It could just be female inspo related, which is good because people in the industry need some inspiration sometimes.
Well, and you can rock without actually being,
Yeah, that's true. They're rocking at whatever it is they're doing. So.
Exactly. Ashley on TikTok, it's Amanda D. Goff, which is my last name, Goff on TikTok. But yeah, so yeah, women can rocket all kinds of things. So we can have them. I think that's a good idea.
I love that you knew that because I don't know mine. I got so many accounts with different names that I have to change them up because either LYNZ or Novella is taken in some way. So I gotta make some kind of weird attachment.
Yeah.
So like my Facebook one is Novella Asylum. You gotta smoosh them together. And the TikTok, it may be Lindsay Novella, LYNZ Novella, but I can keep up. And I have everything is doubled. The Instagram I have us and me, and then
Yeah.
the TikTok I have us and me, and I gotta change them out all the time and do both when I'm doing it. Like Twitter's the only one that is just the station because I don't even know what I would do with Twitter for myself. But apparently it's growing in a different way that I'm not aware of.
Well, and my job like is a lot of social media management. So I've got Twitters, TikTok. So, but I'm like, I mean, it is so hard. Like half the time I've like posted the wrong post to like the wrong account, like whether it was like say a radio one on like my job one or something, because it's so, like there's so many. It's hard. I don't know how celebrities do.
Like Ashley knows it. That's not. That makes me look so bad, but whatever. But she's right. I remember seeing her on there now that I think about that she was on the platform. I just have so many. It's ridiculous. And I got a new one now, too, that I haven't talked about yet, but I'm not ready to.
We will hear about it in time then.
Eventually, yeah.
All right. Well,
did we have our bedtime, isn't it?
Yeah, it is like 8 o'clock. I'm like, well, all right.
All right. Well, I was like, if we were talking earlier, we weren't sure if we were gonna have enough stuff to talk about. Like, oh, look, it's 8:07. We're over our time.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like now everyone's coming in here and talking to us. Like, yeah, it's our bedtime now, ladies. What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know if they're ahead of us or behind us at all in Virginia and Michigan. I think Virginia's the same.
Michigan is definitely ahead, but yes.
Okay.
Up at 9 o'clock. Like, what kind of party animals are you?
Oh, that's true. Well, someone was up. I think it was actually last night, liking the show and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing up? I wouldn't be up if it didn't have to be. Oh, she said she wouldn't look for me. Thanks.
9 in New York.
It is 9 here. No, thank you. I'll definitely be in bed by then. When I get done here, I gotta go. I'm so damn old. I gotta put my arthritis cream on my back, and then I'll go to bed. Gotta get ice in my back and do that, and take my medicine. All those things that are very attractive.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm married. I don't have to like pretend with anyone. He knows I'm old and my back is like giving out and nobody wants me anymore. So he's stuck.
I'm single and just don't give a shit. Like you just want to do. So yeah. And if I ever get married or in another relationship, it's gonna be bad because I'm just gonna not at all, not try at all. I am, but I was born with my lower spine did not fuse together. And then I had a car accident where I flipped 4 times. So I have the spine of a 90-year-old. So my age does not really matter at this point. I try to do regardless, though. Just don't get to do what I used to with the sports. That was another thing, too. I played with so many sports growing up that probably didn't help much.
Yeah.
All the sports. Just say no to the M word. Oh, I will. To the M word, the K word, all the words. Hey, being kids. Yeah. I don't think I'd be good at it. I got my godchild and I got puppers and I think I'm fine with that. So
yep. And everybody has their own.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. Women do what women want to do.
Whatever we want.
Whatever we want. Yeah, I remember before my accident, it always kind of hurt because I wasn't born properly. But then before my accident, I used to go to these shows, mosh pits, I'd, crowd surf, do all these things. And I mean, hours and hours and hours all day long, festivals, and never feel a thing. And now it's like, holy Christ, I need to sit down.
I like see people like when I go to the store, like, and I'm like, how do you guys stand at this register all day? Because I think after 2 hours, I'd have to take a seat.
Yeah, just shopping to get to them. I'm like, that was a lot. And I don't even use them anymore. Like I just self check out because I just don't want to talk to people.
I'm afraid to break a hip in the mosh pit. I know it's been so long for me that I'm like, I don't even know if I would go in a mosh pit because it's just before like you'd get hit and you're like, yes, hit me again. Please do it again. But I don't think I can do it anymore.
We were kind of in one with when we went to see Asking Alexandra, Papa Roach, Bad Wolves, and whoever else. We didn't mean to be. We were just that close to the front that you end up kind of you always get a part of it when you're that close. So it's like, hi, person. I'm not trying to fight you because I'm tired. Yeah, you gotta always get up front. Well, mostly I'm blind too, so I want to do that. That's where the picks and the sticks are, you know. And I want all the things. And now that we're actually, well, you've been doing this for a long time. Now that I'm associated with the radio station, I'm like, I'm hyped about it. Like, maybe I can do this without getting hurt. I can get these things that I want.
I would probably
fingers crossed someday we'll like get to that point where we can just ask them, hey, can I have a guitar pick without getting murdered?
My first yawn.
That means it's ready for our bedtime. You did it. I'm trying to hold mine back because they're contagious.
I know. So. I held it back for like 5 minutes and then I couldn't take it anymore.
I'm going off screen. I gotta yawn. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us again. The Scry, where all the females come together and we do our chit chatting. Normally on topic, but you know, apparently not sometimes, which is fine. Anyway, the Asylum Radio Network will be back hopefully Thursday after next. We'll see what happens. We're trying to work our schedule the best we can with the ladies. So yeah.
D Goss, that's
there's only one. Only one that I'm worried about. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow morning on the radio station, though. Bright and early, 9 a.m. Amanda will be kicking us off, and then I'll be following up after her that Central Time. And then I guess you can stick around and listen to everybody else, but you know.
9 to 6.
Yeah, you two make him later at 9 at 6 to 8. Or y'all have a great night. We appreciate y'all coming on.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Good night.